Welcome back. Welcome back to the Armchair Pundits weekend review show that we are doing kind of midweek because of the carryover of the games and because we wanted to see whether Man City would win today so we can have our predictions for third, fourth, and fifth at the end of this episode. So stay tuned for that. How you doing, fellas?
Yeah, man, it's good. I'm alright. I'm having a good week. I'm sure it's
Yeah, man.
nerves over there in with Leon and Muntz.
That's for real, boy.
It's a weird one. I don't even know if it's nerves, bruv. I think I just want to get the final over and done with and just focus on the summer. That's it. Having a break and just resetting everyone on 0 points. United going to win the league kind of vibe.
Are you kicking off first, like the first game of the season or something next week, so you could like be top of the league at some point?
Basically.
Okay. Well, something tells me that you're quietly confident about the game tomorrow. Anyway, I don't know why.
I'm always confident in finals when it comes to United. But obviously, with our current run of form, it does leave a little bit of a back there, a little bit of a thought that, things might not be as easy as it may seem,
Boy, I don't know about easy, but it literally gonna depend on what version of Spurs turn up. Because boy, we know that many finals, the players haven't even left the changing room. There's been a shell out on the pitch. So I don't know, man. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but I am a little bit nervous. But I just don't know what to expect from this team, and that's what makes it even worse. Because Tottenham have a habit of not showing up. So I just hope
it's
they put
tough for you as well, though. You've got all your creative players are basically injured.
Yeah,
and they're getting and Man United are getting theirs back.
Well, yeah. I mean, Bruno's been there the whole season anyway. So
yeah.
Man United Europa League campaign they've gone unbeaten. So as much as in the league we've both been diabolical, in the Europa League both teams have been pretty good. So yeah, hopefully it's a good game and hopefully Tottenham come out on top. But you just don't know.
Okay. For those of you watching, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and hit that notification button. We're going to move on to predictions that we made at the end of last week's show. And once again, we were all wrong. So that full house is now down to the last day. So we'll see if we can get that.
It ain't happening.
We need to get a graphic for next season, man.
Yeah. Next season we'll have it.
True said this was a tester season. That's why I let Bevan, win. Otherwise,
you have to win something.
Yeah.
Let me win. You didn't let me win nothing. Let me win.
Ain't gonna win that for you, are they? So
you see his predictions, bro.
Come true,
bro. It's my predictions. I can control that. I'm not out there kicking balls. Pause. What are we doing here?
All right, cool. So it was Man United versus Chelsea. And one went for Chelsea to win a 3-1. Only 1-0. Bevan went for a 2-2 draw at Anfield. No, Anfield. So that's 2 weeks ago.
Emirates
against Newcastle.
Yeah,
Emirates against Newcastle. They won. Isak chickened out. Leon went for a 3-2 win to Villa. Daryl went for a 3-1 win to Villa. And I went for a 2-2 draw against Brighton because, I didn't know they were going to be on holiday, but the players were on holiday in Dubai. So, yeah, no one got it right. So, the rundown for today, probably won't say much about the games because none of us really enjoyed much of the games. But
nothing in it, really, innit?
Nothing in it, really, no.
Nothing in it, man.
Arsenal, Newcastle first. Then we'll touch on Brighton, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, Villa, then Spurs, Villa versus Spurs, Man City win tonight against Bournemouth. KDB's goodbye. It's a serious goodbye at that point. And then because of the third, fourth, fifth, we'll do West Ham Forest because they've still got some some skin in the game on that one as well. And then we'll do the third, fourth, fifth in general where we think the teams will line up. And then we'll end the show again with our final predictions of the season just after we get Leon's prediction, and well, both of theirs actually, Leon and Lamont's predictions for Europa League final tomorrow. So, without any further ado, did you enjoy finally beating Newcastle? Weirdly enough, every single game ended with a nil for one of the teams.
Yeah, the ones that we support anyway.
Now, so in
Yeah.
Newcastle
Yeah,
played
the Newcastle Arsenal game.
4 times.
Yeah, we didn't score. This is the first time we scored against them this season. David Raya had to make some amazing saves. Apparently, he's like one clean sheet away from getting the Golden Glove, which I wouldn't have thought that he'd be in the shout for Golden Glove, and I wouldn't. But then again, I've
Only
looked at
because Alisson was injured. Because I think we've got the most clean sheets, but ours are shared. But anyway, go on.
yeah. You got most clean sheets, but we've conceded.
Always got to get in there, innit,
We,
James?
somehow we've conceded less than you.
Yeah, your defense is better than us. That's why.
Oh
Defensive
yeah,
structure. Your defensive structure is better than Liverpool's. There's no denying that.
I thought you were saying.
Sometimes you play with 4 centre backs. It should be.
Well,
Jab.
4 centre backs, 3 centre backs,
Okay, 3.
3 centre backs, and one midfielder.
Timber can play right centre back, bro.
That's the 3 centre backs. I wasn't talking about Calafiori. I was talking about Skelly. Skelly. He's the midfielder.
Fair.
But yeah, actually, I wanted to say something before I talk about the game because I watched the pod back last week. I was disgusted by what I said, and I thought about it, and I was like, I've lost my mind. That was insane. Ain't no way I would swap places with Man United and Tottenham. I don't care if they're gonna win the Europa League. No, it's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late because I've said it. I've said it. Ain't no way. Yeah, you want a trophy, and I'm not polluting the trophy, but I ain't swapping. What? So I would want to be in the lesser European competition and be 17th. Nah, I'm alright, thanks.
No, they'll be in Champions League. They'll be in Champions League, not Lissa. They'll be
I
in
don't
Champions
care.
League as well.
Now they will. But for them to get there, what did they have to do to qualify there? Like last season, they had to win the FA Cup, right? Cool.
Okay, in that regard, you mean to play the Europa League to get there?
Yeah, would I want to play Europa League to get in? No, no. That's not really. That's not really progression.
I think you're talking with your chest because you beat Newcastle, so now you know it's
Nah,
not
brother.
mathematically possible
Nah, bro.
for you to drop out of the top 7.
Bro, nah,
That's what
bro.
I think it is.
No.
You might know you dropped the ball. You know you dropped the back.
I don't.
And now you're trying to clear it up. It's fine.
I wouldn't want to be as damn bad as you. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. So I wouldn't want to swap places. Anyway,
like you, I was celebrating your three-peat for 3 consecutive seasons being second place. So well done to you and the rest of Arsenal fans. What a way to celebrate.
You're celebrating. You're celebrating more than me because this is a disappointing season, and we finished second. And like in terms of the amount of goals we scored, I think only Newcastle and Liverpool scored more goals than us, and we don't have a striker. Yeah, it's a disappointing season. Newcastle game
as of today, and City
as of today. Yeah. But yeah, it's just disappointing. But the Newcastle game, first half, we rolled our luck, man. We rolled our luck. Raya pulled off some saves and some double saves at that, man. But I don't know. I just had a feeling we was going to get something out of the game. And as James said, when there's no Isak in the lineup, I kind of thought, yeah, we're definitely going to get something out of this. And what does it mean? It means that I don't have. It's not going to the last game talking about a 2-horse race and finishing 6th. That would be terrible, but really and truly, it's like it's a win. We're in the Champions League and all that kind of stuff, but it's just disappointing, really.
So are you still Arteta in? Obviously not trying to be a stupid question because I'm leading somewhere, yeah? So you still Arteta in, yeah? Would you say that it's more the club that's the issue and not giving him the support he needs? Do you reckon now that he's kind of, in his time, I think he's won 1 trophy, I believe, and kind of helped you guys to do this consecutive three-peat of finishing second. Would you say now he's done it 2 years in a row?
No. That's the second time we've
Well-
done it, though. That's the second time in our history we've done this, isn't it?
Done what?
The three-peat of seconds.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Fig-
The fourth
yeah,
time,
figures.
the fourth year after that, we won the league, though. But we don't.
So what you reckon? All right. So on that,
Yeah.
that's leading to my next question. Do you think that the board are going to back him with obviously their first signing being Zubamendi? Do you reckon they're going to go and get like a striker like, I don't know, Gokeres, and maybe look to replace like Martinelli, with, a Nico Williams or something like that? Or do you reckon they're going to just spend the 60 million, is it 60 on Zubamendi, and kind of go easy on the rest of the model for next season? I don't know if this is too early for this question, but I just thought I'll ask anyway.
I don't think so. Not with what Arteta said at the end of the game when he said that like he's going on holiday now and them upstairs need to do what they need to do, and the Zubamendi deal. People saying that's not a difference maker or a needle biter or whatever else, but that's the same Zubamendi that came on in the Euros and yeah, they didn't miss a beat. So I'm not saying that I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do in this transfer window. We need a striker, and I want to see if they're going to add other attacking options as well.
Gutierrez?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm at 60 million.
Sounds like it's him. It sounds like
it sounds like it is Gokeres, but I'm not 100% convinced by him.
So who would you want out of all those strikers that have been named? Who's the one that you want to see turn up? You got Osimhen, you got Sesko, you got what's his name? Newcastle's Isak.
Yeah.
Isak.
Flajovic is now leaving Juventus as well.
I feel like Isak's out of their budget though, because I think they'll try to do like a stupid 110 million.
The thing is, I'm not sure that Isak, this is going to be crazy, is the needle mover that Arsenal need. He's a goal scorer and stuff like that, but with his injury record and with our medical team, that is a match made in hell. Like I could just see it going horribly, horribly wrong. And I remember I was going to say like 120 million for Isak. Is that a gamble? There's no doubt about his quality, but in terms of availability, I know this season he's been available, but the last couple of seasons he's been in and out. So it just makes me think: is that gonna work with the one thing we said about Arsenal this season was the injuries and players and the style of play and what's happening to them and getting played, not getting rest and things like that. I'm not sure that is necessarily gonna work.
Last 2 seasons, he's scored over 20 goals. So if anything, that's
in 25 as well. Still,
I know. No, I hear that.
I wouldn't say it's a big gamble, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's a big gamble.
But if a player is going to miss important games, then
he hasn't missed that many games though this season. To be honest,
not this season.
Or last.
Last season, I had a look. I can't remember I think I looked at the amount of days that he was out, and I was just thinking.
I think that the days were skewed because some of those injuries were through international breaks.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
It's a worry.
It's a worry, and the reason I say it's a gamble, it's all well and good like having him there, but then if he's not there to be playing against the big boys and stuff like that, then is that 120 mil is looking like a very expensive 120 mil.
Yeah,
so last 3 seasons, 22-23, 18 games missed. 23-24, 12 games missed. This season, 9 games missed.
Okay, so he's showing improvement, measured.
That's at Newcastle. That's not Arsenal.
And marked. No, I know. I'm saying, I get what you're saying though. Yeah. You're like, to be fair, no shade, but you've got a very good point in terms of they don't know how to look after players and keep them off of the injury. Yeah, no, fair. But you guys have, I was gonna say this season, but still, you had your blip.
So who is the striker? Who is the striker then?
Who is the striker?
For you.
I don't think you said the one you.
No,
want. I didn't say. In terms of the one-on-one, I don't know, but maybe I'm like I said, I'm not necessarily 100% convinced on Gokeres. Maybe it is someone like Osimhen, really. But yeah, I'm not. It's like it's all well and good him like badding it up in Portugal, but we've seen strikers bad it up in Portugal and
But not like he has though.
come to England and be a dud.
Mm.
What do you mean? Mario Jardel tried to do it as well. Mario
Yeah, but
Jardel was a bagsman, bro.
True.
He was
Where
a
did he?
bagsman.
But to be fair, where did he go though? He's not going to. He didn't go to an Arsenal where the
Nah.
chances were there to be laid on. He used to put them in. He went to a team where he had to put in a work.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, like the amount of money and his age, if it is like it's still up in the air at Gokares because he's been touted around so many different teams. I've heard United.
Yeah, but
I've
that's because he's got the numbers, bro.
Link.
That's why.
Yeah,
Whether or
and
not
the
he's
link
got the
with
numbers
Fulham.
from open play or not is up for debate. But he's got the numbers, bro. So that's why people are tighting for him. Everybody that is in for that guy needs a number 9 that can get some numbers. Do you get what I'm saying? Haaland ain't on the market, and even he's had a flat season for his standard, if you like. So yeah. Is what it is. So what are you saying? Osman is the only name that you're really feeling out of all of those. If you're gonna go for any,
if you're gonna go for any, yeah. Like I've watched some of Sesko. I'm not necessarily impressed with Benjamin Sesko, and I think that is a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, he's the youngest out of all of them, innit?
Yeah, and
the raw guy.
Yeah, you need a striker that is going to be that is there to score, that is going to be there to score goals and turn up in the big moments and the big games and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And it's different. It's nice playing in Portugal in the sunshine. Not so it's going to be like
talking about sunshine, and it flipping Liverpool and the rest of their team on a flipping day out. You guys,
Cliff Richard settings.
I told you guys from last week.
You might have got your fan out. You're just like, whatever.
We weren't gonna win. And that's before I even knew they went to Dubai. My manager was in Ibiza. Players in Dubai. Listen, I give them credit. You know why? Yeah, because some people will say it's disrespectful or whatever. But I think the difference of this is one, the circumstances are slightly different. When we won it last time, they couldn't celebrate with together or with the fans.
Yeah.
So some of them are still holding on to that. That's number one.
COVID.
Number two, like after the last game of the season, everyone's gone. You know, you're going to go off with your family. You're going to go off to international break. You're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the time for them to actually celebrate as a team winning the title. You don't really get the opportunity. No one gets the opportunity because you don't often win it as early as we've won it. So I give them a bly because they've celebrated it the way they want to. Obviously, they wanted to give Trent a send off because he's obviously not going to get the Kevin De Bruyne treatment that he got today at Anfield on Sunday, which is in one hand it's disappointing.
They've done him dirty,
as
bro.
As a Liverpool player, he deserves to get a really good send off, and I'd be surprised if he even gets to say anything on the pitch because the fear of him being booed. So it's disappointing in that regard. But
he's gonna get flowers and chocolate, bruv, and that's it.
That's yes, he was compared to the other guys that have left, the Firminos, the Manes. Obviously, he's the homegrown one, but that's what they got. They got a shield, they got a shirt, they got all that kind of stuff, and got capped off and guard of honor. But obviously, he's homegrown. He's done 20 years, so he should get more than they got.
I think there's a bit of salt in some of the
of course there will be
Liverpool fans' eyes, because as far as they're concerned, when you're in the public eye and you're making big bold statements like, I'm staying here for the rest of my career, I'm going to be one of the lifers, and then the first sniff of the Galacticos, just kind of were interested, you're like, all right, where do I sign? It looks a little bit like, you weren't really serious.
So
do you know what I mean?
What's he supposed to say? I'm here forever, unless Real Madrid coming for me, then I might leave.
Yeah, but I think that's all it is, though, innit? Fans just want loyalty, man. You're not gonna get that in this current, era of player. Yeah, you're not gonna. You haven't got the Giggsies, the Gerrards, that ilk of player that's just gonna stay at one club, dominate the headlines, drag the team through games and, maybe collect some silverware along the way. I know Steven Gerrard struggled to do that with the Premier League, but he won the Champions League once or twice, so we can kind of let that pass. But, when you're talking about them lifers, there's not many of them left, so I get it. I get it, mate.
Yeah.
No shade, by the way.
Well, there's not very... how many one-man clubs, one-man players can you name?
Yeah.
Not many, but
not quality ones. No.
Not quality
ones anyway.
There's only two that come to my mind.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Who?
Giggs, Letitia.
It never wasn't quality like that. He wants you to run off all the Man United. That's
well,
I forgot,
there was at least another 3 names I would have thrown in there.
I forgot about G-Nev.
I give Scholes. I put Scholes ahead of Gates, ahead of
you got some Donnies there, bro. Some real Donnies there. But anyway, yeah.
On the game itself, it was what I expected. An open game in terms of Brighton come to play. We were coming to play. Slot has treated it like preseason, and people may laugh, but he literally has. You watch the games themselves, the players he's playing. I mean, Van Dijk could even come on, so it's like he basically said, "Okay, let me see what Quansah and Konate look like against quality opposition. Let's see how that looks with Conor Bradley. That could be 3 of our back 4 next season for certain games." So he did a bit of that. Jones has been given life in the last 3 games because Jones is someone we know we're going to keep because he's homegrown.
Not a bad player neither. Not a bad player. Not to have not a bad player to have a rotation.
The flaw that he has, he still hasn't fixed since he was 17, and that's knowing when to release the football. You look at the end of the game, my guy will have 95% pass strategy, and then you'd be like, why didn't you just pass the ball here and there? There'll be so many opportunities where he could have just given it to someone and he's holding on for too long. So he needs to get that out of the game, otherwise he's always going to be a bench buddy for Liverpool. Chiesa finally got a game. Yay! He's finally started.
Yeah, you've been shouting for that for months, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Months.
I feel sorry for him because you go there and it's like, now do something. And there's no way you can expect to have a great game. And he didn't.
And he didn't.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault, though. It's alien to him what he was doing in that game.
To be honest, James, I think isn't that the first time they've paid him in the 9 row, though, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. That too. And he's not a 9.
Yeah, so, he's not a 9. He's like a wide player, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's a wide player or a support striker at best.
So,
do Liverpool need a striker? Do Liverpool need a striker?
100%.
Nunes is bouncing. There's talk of Jota potentially leaving as well.
Yeah, he hasn't been happy, bro.
Sure about that.
To be honest, he doesn't look happy though. He doesn't.
Well, he needs to stay on the pitch, bro. He needs to stay on the pitch.
Yeah,
I think it's because he's been, because they're trying to manage him. They haven't gone full out. So since he had that bad injury with the punctured lung, and he's come back, they've drip fed him in and out. And obviously he wants to play more often, and he's not. But at the same time, his numbers haven't been there. There's times where, let's be honest, he was feared. People were like, oh, Jota's fit now. He'll just get a header from nowhere. The ball bobbling in the box and he's swiveling and banging it into the back of the net. And I don't know if it's because of Slot's football, the difference to Klopp's football, where we don't have those chances that he can just go for like that. But it just hasn't been great end to the season for him. But striker-wise, yes, we definitely need a striker. Nunes can go. Striker who I want. I want Isak, obviously, but we can't afford it. But in all honesty, I'll be calm if we got any of Isak, Gyökeres, Ekitike, even Osimhen, though I'm not the biggest fan of Osimhen.
That thing with what's his name?
Ekitike.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce that.
Ekitike.
Ekitike, bro, you see it there? The hay fever, the pollen count is high.
As well. I knew you would say it.
Hey, listen, I was trying my best. I can't make it. In it sometimes. Mad thing. Even that was a shock when I saw his name come up that he was available. Because I don't know, I just felt like
it's 100 million euros. He's not available, bro.
Yeah, bro, that's not available.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a wild one there, man. You know, I think everyone's in the hunt for strikers, man. But the bill is going to be a bit of a pricey one,
Yeah.
I think.
But moving forward, just like we signed Frimpong, I personally
Good
thought
signing, bruv.
it's a good signing because he's a good footballer.
Yeah,
I'm still yet
couple
to see whether
Dutchmen
he's a
in the
good.
squad, so that will galvanise them, man, as well.
I don't know if he's a good right back yet, though. That's what I need. I'm yet to see if he's a good right back. I thought personally he'd have been great for Man United
Yeah, I
because
agree.
he's a very
I
very
was
good
hoping we might
wing
be able
back.
to snub that, but our form has
But-
been too horrible
Yeah.
for it to even manifest that stuff.
Yeah, but all because we haven't seen him defend because he's been playing wing back, it doesn't mean he can't, and he can't be
Yeah.
taught to defend better than he's been taught to defend as a right wing back. Obviously, we've got the link with Kirkes. Apparently, we've said we want a little chat.
That's a great signing, Kirkes, if you can get that over the line.
Yeah.
Flipping hell, but
Man
obviously,
City- Man
like I
City
said to you earlier, Man City are sniffing around now, so
Yeah.
that price tag's going to go up, bruv. Just so they
Nah,
can just
45.
kind of push you
They-
boys
they've already
out.
said- they've already
Bro,
said he's anyone for 45 million. If someone
Brother.
pays 45 million, he's there.
that is the worst bidding war in football in history, bro. Liverpool and Man City bidding for him. They're both lowball it.
Yeah, bro. As soon as someone comes to compete, Liverpool are gone, bro.
Yeah.
Like, nah, sorry. That's not
And
our
if it's
bag.
if it's outside of Man City price raise, they'll be like 45. We'll give you 30.
In it. 20 now, 10 when he does 15 games or some rubbish, whatever.
Think about
What he gets.
think about like when Man City went to Cucurella, and then they said 50. There's like, nah, we're not paying that.
Yeah. They tried it with what do you call it as well? They tried it with Van Dijk. They said it wasn't worth the 75 million. They made a mistake there. Big mistake.
Yeah,
Big mistake. But the teaser before we move on is the whole Verts. Man City have put out a Verts. Liverpool said that, yeah, if you want to come to England, yeah. I still think it's a smokescreen because I know
Who,
Bayern
Liverpool
are
put a bid in for
confident.
Verts as well?
Not a bid. He came over and spoke. His parents came over last week and spoke to us. And we basically said, if we kind of know you want to stay in Germany, but if you want to leave Germany, then we 100% want to sign you. So it's out there. But obviously, I know Bayern definitely want him, and Leverkusen want him to stay. But that's going to be hard with everyone leaving Leverkusen. And Alonso is going to want him as well. So as exciting as it may look, I still sit there thinking, nah, no chance. If we get him, I'll be over the moon.
Is it green lighted where Alonso's going next then? Yeah.
Yeah. That's done. That's done and dusted.
yeah, it's gone, man.
That's done and dusted.
No, but where he's going to?
Real.
Yeah.
Real. It is Real, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. The only annoying thing about the loss is we've had 3 guard of honours and we haven't treated them properly. We've lost 2 of the games and drawn 1 of them. So it's like, come on, man. This is Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, bring your FA Cup to Anfield. You can celebrate with us. Give us the 3 points. We let you bring the cup onto the field and, have a good, happy day and enjoy.
You know that's a draw, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro, all
I
day
know.
long. It's going to be like
all I
a
want is
2-2.
Salah to get the 1 goal because that miss from Salah yesterday was De Bruyne's miss today was even worse. But Salah's miss yesterday would have taken him to 47 and it would have been equal with Andy Cole and Alan Shearer for contributions. Although he does have the record for 38 games already, but he wants to at least have the record or tied record in general for combined. So he needs a goal or assist in that game. And I'm pretty sure the players are going to be trying to get him that goal or assist. But yeah, we move.
We saying giving it every 2 seconds. Yeah, to
Chelsea?
my team that
Chelsea
can't
won.
get a goal. Yeah. It was a game where I thought, even though I called the 3-1, I thought we might nick it. But, the quality's just not been there. Chelsea done what they done, what they do, and they just kind of grafted, waited for an opportunity and just waited for us to fall asleep, which we did, and grabbed the goal, pretty much. They could have went 1-0 up really early, didn't. Missed, I don't know who it was at the back, but absolutely missed a sitter for me personally, the back stick.
Was it Madueke?
It might have been Madueke. It might have been
was
Madueke. He missed a couple of chances in that game,
That's
to
one
be
of the
fair.
front posts as well, where he just
Yeah.
threw on
Yeah.
goal.
But I don't know if that was him just trying to give the keeper the eyes or he genuinely sliced it. It was one of them. I was looking, do you know what I mean? I was looking at the way his body was shaping and I'm thinking, rah. But the defender came across as well to kind of put him off. But the other decision that went against us was the Maguire offside goal, which, again, it is what it is, and it's a VAR call. They've called it offside, and
it was though.
Yeah, and it was by a fingertip. But again, our search for 40 points continues. We've got Aston Villa as our last game. And bruv, the funny thing is you're laughing, but remember how long ago I've been calling this. I said I don't know, and I can't see where we're getting 40 points from. And so say it, so shall it be done. We've got Villa as the last game of the season. They're playing to make sure that they stay in the Champions League spots. And we have and will have nothing to play for at that point other than
Pride.
potentially scoring 12 goals and being in a net zero of goal difference this season, which is going to be impossible.
Let me ask you a question. If everyone can answer. How many teams do you think Man United beaten this season?
Whew.
How many teams have they beaten?
Yeah, how many
That's
teams?
a great question.
Not how many games they won. How many teams have they beaten this season?
So they've beaten Leicester. They've beaten Ipswich.
Out of 19 teams, how many have they beaten?
Ipswich,
I'm
Leicester.
I'm gonna go 8.
Leo's
I'm
gonna
going
go
to
for
say
8.
probably 6.
Ding,
We've
ding,
only
ding,
won
ding,
10
ding.
we won 10 games, bro. 6.
Beaten
Is it
6 teams.
6. I was you let me. I was counting them out in my
You
head.
already said it. You already said it. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because someone said it. You already said it. Leo said
6
8. He
teams.
said 6. You've beaten 6 Premier League teams this season.
Horrible.
that is
Horrible.
bad.
abysmal.
That is.
We got 18 losses in the league, bro, and we're gonna get 19.
Do you know what?
I don't see us getting a draw in the last game. I just can't see it happening
Nah.
because Villa have got everything to play for.
Philly won that Champions League spot.
They want it, bruv. So yeah, that's the story of my life right now. We're looking forward to the Europa League final tomorrow, and I think all the players pretty much were just trying to stay away from injury, even though I was a little bit concerned about the lineup that we put out there in terms of risking a few players that I would believe were starting.
I was gonna say,
Do you know what I mean?
Decent lineup ish.
No, it was a good lineup, but I feel like, was it necessary for the game before the final? Knowing that,
Minutes though, innit? Some of these guys need minutes. Like Shaw needs
Agreed.
minutes.
Yeah.
Ahmad needs minutes. Mount needs minutes.
does Bruno need that volume of minutes when he's been playing all like?
No,
No, but he's a captain,
Bruno's like
he's
a
a
seller.
man.
Yeah, Bruno's a seller. I'm playing regardless.
Yeah.
Just play me. If you don't play me, I get injured. You've probably got that mentality. If I don't have my rhythm, I'll probably get injured.
Look, I think, yeah. Like I've been saying to you guys for weeks, I think I'm looking forward to the summer. There's some dead wood that needs to go to make way for some, incoming loans or whatever they look like back into the squad so that we can start galvanizing for the next season. Like I said, on day one, anything's possible. We could always win the league next year. So I'm hoping after the summer we can start better than we did this year. I'm hoping, bro. Look, yeah.
Xerxes needs to be top goal scorer.
Wait, hold on. Do you remember?
No. Xerxes not going to be good.
Do you remember when we did the predictions and where Man United were going to finish, and none of us put 3 out of 4 of us didn't put Man United in the top 6, and then Lamont got upset about it, saying that we're hating on his team, and then now
Can I be honest?
What?
I be honest?
Yeah,
I think it was that pod that put my team where they are right now.
we're not.
It was the judge.
We did
The
it.
man just came in
Every year.
and just done the magic.
I'm happy to do it every year, bro.
But yeah, all jokes aside, look, we got some dead wood to get rid of. I think we've got Lindelof's out the door in the summer. Eriksen's out the door, hopefully. And then you got Heaton and Evans that potentially are going to retire come the summer. So that frees up some spaces for some real competition.
Does Rashford leave?
I don't know. They talk of Barcelona. Are they going to be paying his wages?
He ain't got
I can't see
Barcelona.
Rafinha just signed a new contract. He's not
There you go,
starting any
then.
games.
There you
He's
go.
not starting any games this. He's not going to.
There you go. So Rashford can either buck up his ideas and change his attitude, or we do a swap deal for Grealish and take Grealish
Might
and
go
he can
Villa.
go to City.
He might go to Villa.
City ain't giving you Grealish
Yeah.
that's never gonna happen.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. I know
You
that.
got more chance of signing Salah from Liverpool.
Yeah. Look, I'm just glad that our counterparts didn't. Well, not our counterparts. Our Trench brothers didn't win this weekend. So that means we're both going into the final feeling the same rot almost. Because we haven't
Bro, it's
lost
so wild.
21 league games.
It's wild.
So that's a nice seg for you, my G.
Yeah, thanks. What a way to segue. Yeah, man. I mean, the Villa game for us was damage limitation, and we knew that Andrew was basically gonna do that for the rest of the season. There's nothing to play for apart from bragging rights over Man U, which we're at the moment losing that battle because they're about to finish 16th and we're in 17th. But forget that. Like the league for us is over. We've got to focus on trying to win this Europa League. The players need to step up, turn up, and put in the best performance of their lives because there's been so many false dawns and so many disappointing moments with Tottenham. So for us, we know Man United is used to being in finals and has that final pedigree, but we have to change the tide sometime. And that's something that, as much as like he's had a lot of criticism, even from myself, and I have to give him credit for being resilient. Like the journalists ask him some seriously, like they wouldn't ask other managers these questions, but they ask him like he's their friend or just any guy. And he constantly sticks to his guns. He says that the mentality has to change at Tottenham, and that goes right from the top of the club hierarchy to players, fans, and the media as well. Because this whole, obviously, Tottenham do have to turn things around by winning things, but also there has to be that positive mindset within the club, and that positive mindset will then filter out to the fans because the fans are so used to being let down that they're only going to think negative. But if there's positivity within the team, within the squad, within the people around the squad, I feel like he can actually do something. And the fact that he stuck to his guns is one thing that has made me impressed with what he's saying, and the fact that the players seem to be still playing for him or playing for whatever this is in terms of being able to win a trophy. I feel that we're, the team's very much capable. It's just will they perform on the day, and that's what it boils down to. Going forward, like I wasn't sure if Andrew was gonna stay regardless of the victory, and for him, he's like, I'm not quitting, which is good no matter what from his perspective. But also, you could be thinking, well, I know the writing's on the wall because there's all these speculation about managers being linked, and
Yeah.
he could be like, well, I know my compensation is going to be there if I choose to stay, they have to
Yeah.
sack me and pay
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
So you don't really know what his true feelings are because he's saying what he's got to say for the journalists. But yeah, man, I just feel like we have to change this mindset, and there's only one way I'm going to do it, and that is to go into this with the same this whole like Tottenham Spurs have got this today is to do motto, and we've literally not adhered to it at any point in the last 7 years. Like we literally have to go out there as if this is the last game of football they're ever going to play, and they
To
just
be
have
honest,
to.
under Ange though, Lee, I would say you've probably done that a little bit more. You've been a bit more risk averse. Like you've been taking risks under him. Don't get me wrong, it might not paid off entirely, but I feel like you guys have been taking a lot of risks with him,
Yeah,
bruv.
I mean, to be honest with you, in the Europa League, his tactics have been more tame than they are in the Prem, which is strange because his style of football will probably work well more in Europe because teams are not used to that intensity. But it's kind of the opposite in the Premier League. We've not really. It doesn't feel like we've really game planned in a way that we've prepared for who we're playing against, even though they are, it doesn't feel like that. When we see the mistakes that are being made are the same thing over and over, there's not been a change. But in the Europa League, you have to say the performances have been fine. And it's the same for you guys. The
Yeah.
performances in Europa League, you've been unbeaten. And for the most part, as much as we are getting dissed by everyone, every Tom, Dick, and Harry from wherever, like we've got to a final and we've got a chance to win a trophy. So it is what it is, man. you have to be in it to win it, and one of us has got to come out victorious, and hopefully
That's
Tottenham
it.
can finally do that for the club and for the fans.
I don't wish the same thing.
I know you
Sorry,
don't,
mate.
and that's cool. I understand, but
It's gonna be a.
you don't need this trophy in it.
Yeah, we do, bruv. We need Champions League next season, mate. I mean, we got talks with a few players, and I feel like without Champions League, I do feel like we could easily get snubbed. Do you know what I'm saying? So for us, I feel like that is important for Amarin to, because he was already talking about him looking to leave, and I feel like him and Andrew on the same boat, not looking to leave, but saying they don't know if they're the right men for the job in terms of if they don't get the results. I admire Ange slightly because although the media are goading him, he just says this. He just says what he's thinking, bro. He don't care. If he feels like you're trying to chief him in that media room, he will just stick it on you.
That's what he said. I'm not a clown yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brother, and he ain't. He ain't a
I'm
clown.
gonna
I mean,
perform for you,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. And what you were saying earlier on is very kind of honest, isn't it? It's just what you see is what you get. But I feel like he does need to be a little bit more tactful when he's selecting the teams and setting you guys up to be, formidable in the league. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
So in saying that, can I ask both of your question? Do you think that nobody wants to lose a final and everyone wants to win a cup? But do you think that not having European football next season could be a blessing in disguise for either of you?
Nah,
For Man United, they can't afford to not be in
we
Europe.
can't afford that,
For
bro.
Tottenham, we weren't in Europe last year, and he got fifth. And you've seen that European football being able to balance the team, but also you got to look at the injuries. Like whatever they did with the medical team pre-season, some of the risks that were taken, there was a lot of mistakes made, and just kind of alluded to that already. So I don't think it will be better for them not to, I don't think it will be better for either of us to not be in Europe next season. It's in the short.
Nah.
Like if we want to be successful, you have to be able to handle
Yeah.
playing European football along with league football. Like you just
Yeah.
have to. And other
Big
teams in
squads and
other
stuff.
countries do it. Like they do it all the time. And you've seen perfect example, Aston Villa this season are still challenging for fourth place or fifth place even though they had Champions League and had a good run. It wasn't like they were any team in the Champions League. They did well. So to me, if Aston Villa can do it, Tottenham are capable.
And they don't even have a huge. At the time when they were doing well, sorry to cut you, they didn't have a huge squad. They only acquired some more players in January. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
they done some shrewd business.
Emery manages their minutes in a way that has benefited them, and it doesn't feel like that sometimes, because every time you see the lineup, you see him most of the same guys. But that's what he does. He will change one or two people, so you almost don't even realize, oh, this player didn't play the other day, but he's playing today, or he's brought on certain people. Like obviously when John Duran was there, he could kind of rotate Watkins and Duran, and then for a bit Watkins was playing all the time and couldn't score because he was tired. But now they brought other guys in. They brought in
Marlon, Arsenio, Rashford, and them man have been the star signings.
Those guys are come in, so you can rotate and not change the whole team. Just rotate a couple players here and there, give him a rest, and it doesn't affect the cohesion of the team because everyone is still getting to play with most of the same group of people. And I just think we need to do that rather than you go from having one squad for the Premier League and then literally you're playing like your B string team in the cups. So yeah, man, I think both teams need it. I think
we need it as well for the trophies.
Spurs need it
but not the trophy.
for progressing to actually try and build on something and stop being failures all the time. And Man United need the money because they don't need the trophy; they need the money from Champions.
Yeah, not the trophy. So I was going to say, because we've got a new stadium being built as well, the more revenue coming in, the less we'd have to sacrifice moving forward in terms of, getting rid of players and unnecessary elements of the whole makeup of the team.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You can't cut another staff member's lunch?
That's the whole point. It's things like that, brother. Not sending people to the final and all that kind of jazz. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like
staff person's lunch isn't even going to be paying for flipping seat in the stadium. You know what
let
I mean?
alone anything else.
Cost cutting exercises.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, on to Man City, innit? I guess Man City Bournemouth.
Yeah, that
Did
was
any of you catch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game. It's actually a good game.
Mate, what a
It was
send off for King
Right,
Kev, innit?
see, hold on, you haven't seen the game? Goal of the season.
Oh no, I said I saw the goals.
Oh yeah, Marmoush's goal. Hey, bro,
Yeah, mate.
that tried
That's
to
not
go out
even
of the
goal of the
stadium.
season.
Bro,
That's
he tried to
gonna
leave the
be
stadium, come
in
back
one
in.
of the. I think that goal, especially where the ball ends up, like
bro.
literally the corner between post and crossbar. You just don't get better strikes than that, man.
No,
Crazy.
you don't. Really, really good
The
goal.
way the ball dips as well for it to do that.
Bruv, he's hit the ground running.
Pep's the ones that's cost him problems, bro.
Weeks ago.
That's Pep though, man. Pep doesn't like anyone to get too past their station. I swear.
No, he doesn't.
He keeps him in a box.
Looks, yeah. I'm
How
seeing
he
glimpses.
found him and he just managed to just grab him and he's just still going at the
He
same
didn't find him,
velocity.
bruv.
He kept. Fair.
Even
You lot found him and he took him off you.
No, it's not that. They blew everyone out of the water, bro. My man went from like 30 grand a week to 300 and something grand a week, bro. He was never gonna say no, or 200 or something. It's either 200 something or 300 something grand a week. You're never gonna say no to that.
Nah, of course not.
Listen, let me not throw shade. It was a good pickup, and next season he's gonna be a problem, like you said a few times. He's gonna be a problem next season.
Yeah.
Because I can't see Pep continuing this. Okay, you've had a good game. Let me not play you next week.
Yeah, he's not going to continue that. No chance. But
Don't know what he's gonna
they're going to have to make some big changes over there though, with all the, a trophyless season after winning the league back to back 3 times. Like that's
times.
wild. 4 times, sorry, yeah. So I mean, trophyless season, not even like a little something.
Well, as far as he's concerned, he's not, because he's now turned into Arteta and counted
Charity Shield.
the Charity Shield. So
The idiot.
he had a little rant.
I feel like that was a dig, but
A
anyway,
little rant yesterday.
let's leave it there. I think it was a dig, but they still got the club World Cup in it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
and they can
they
win.
could
And
still do a thing in that.
what do you call it? Came back today.
Rodri came back.
Rodri, oh yeah, I see that.
He got a standing ovation for the all time boy. The whole stadium stood up and applauded him.
I actually think City are going to be a problem next year.
Oh, of course they will.
Because I feel like as much as Pep hasn't quite got the formula right or during this transition for them,
Yeah.
he's been working on stuff, and
He's been tinkering.
You can see some of these guys that he's picking up, youngsters as well. These random youths from Argentina coming through, and you're like, bro,
Even
you haven't
the
played
like
in all year. Yeah, Echeverry,
He's a
bro.
baller.
Oh
Yeah,
my
baller,
days.
brother. Even
Listen
that
to what he
O'Reilly
said.
kid, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bro, O'Reilly.
Over O'Reilly. Go on, Jay.
This is what he said today. I told the club I don't want a big squad. I don't want to put 5-6 players into the Tribune. I don't want that. I will quit. If they don't make a short squad, I will not stay. It's impossible for my soul to put players in the Tribune and cannot play. So
Tribune, as in what? Squad rotation? What does that mean?
yeah. I think that's what he means. But
He wants guys that can play.
and
that's risky
it's also
though,
gonna be a
bruv, 'cause
case.
the amount
It's not going to be a massive overhaul. He's not going to sign loads of players this summer.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You
So
got
anybody else thinking
quality all round though. I mean, I think
Left back, right back, they need.
yeah, definitely, because I think Guardiola's a centre back. Like to me,
agreed.
he's a centre back, and
Agreed.
he was supposed to have been the replacement for Laporte. So and Pep likes that balance of having a left-footed
centre back,
and a
and a right-sided, yeah.
centre back. He likes that. So I think you're right. I think they do need some full back. They've got Rico Lewis for the right. They got O'Reilly for the left. If they manage to get
Man
someone
City
else,
fans are not too happy with Rico Lewis, boy. They're not. Pep loves him.
Why? Why?
He's a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
I think he's not ready at all.
He's hit and miss.
He's a good.
Really?
He's a good,
I don't think
they feel like he's like a 5-a-side player. He's really good in tight spaces.
Okay, fair.
But the rest of it, so when he comes into midfield, he looks good. But we want to play as a right back, and you're not cutting it. Why do you think? What do you call it? Playing right back?
Yeah, O'Reilly.
No, O'Reilly.
Oh, Nunes.
Nunes.
Yeah.
And Pep taught him one as well. He told in an interview, He's not good enough to play centre midfield in England. If he wants to play for me, he's going to be a right back. Hey,
That's
bro,
cold business, you know.
it was cold,
Bro,
in the
That's
press
cold
conference,
business. The amount of money he spent on him to say you're
yeah, he's not
paying.
smart enough to play centre midfield. Damn.
That's wild.
That's Pep for you, though, isn't it?
he did say the same thing about Carl Walker though. He said he can't play inverted because he's not clever enough to play.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And then he went, and I swear, didn't he leave a season after that?
Well, yeah, but then Carl Walker is not. He's never had that type of game. So
Nah.
he's always been about either playing on
Pace.
an overlap,
Yeah,
pace,
pace.
recovery.
His footballing brain is,
yeah.
I'm going to run faster than you. That is it.
You're not getting past me.
That's it. And if you get past me, I'm going to catch you.
Gonna brick you out.
That's it. I think Pep was right. I think you hit the nail on the head there, Leon. You don't have a footballing brain.
Before we move on to the predictions, Forest, we've only said it because of the predictions. Forest 1-2-1. Good result for them against West Ham, which keeps them in the hunt for Champions League, and obviously keeps the chairman happy. He didn't run. He's had no chance to run on the pitch and start complaining this week. And again, shouts out to, I think, what's his name got injured? Awani, but got put in a coma, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
apparently-
Yeah.
From that
Is it Awani?
condition.
Awani,
Yeah,
yeah.
Awani.
And this is it. That's the foolishness that the delayed offside rule brings
Yes.
into play. And they've been talking about this for seasons now, saying that one day, a player's going to get
Someone's
injured.
gonna pull they said someone's gonna pull a
A
hamstring,
hamstring.
collide
Or
with
get
the
hammered by
pin.
the keeper.
Yeah, that's mad, bro. It's mad. So it just shows you, like, I think they've discussed it in other forums, but if the Lionel knows it's offside, just put the flag up, man. There's times where you know it's clearly offside.
That was clear. That one.
Yeah.
I understand if you're not sure, but where it's clear, man, come on. You used to do it all the time.
I feel like it's going to change it. I feel like they'll change it in the summer.
But
I feel like they will, because this is putting someone's life at risk. Yeah. So there has to be a sort of change. I feel like if it's going to be clear and obvious, I feel like they'll put the flag up. If the Lionel's not sure, that may be why they delay. That's the only thing I
to do if they're not
Yeah.
sure.
But how many times have you seen them do it the other way? Where like they're not sure and then they put the flag up and then they say, why didn't they wait? Do you know what I mean? But instead of those obvious ones where the guy is clearly 15 yards offside and then they
throw it and he still waits.
Like, doesn't make any sense.
Everyone's ran another 30 yards or 20 yards when they didn't need to because you didn't put your flag up, even though everyone in the whole stadium knew there was offside. Even the players are like,
Van Dijk goes mad every game. I see him switching a linesman. Well, not called linesman anymore. Assistant referees, whatever you call them. He switches at them all the time. But yeah, hopefully he gets well soon. So who wants to go first for your third, fourth, fifth?
you want to go? Cool.
No, you go, Leon, because I do the predictions for the scores. So you go first, G.
Well, I've got Man City third. I think, as much as I don't want them to. No. I think.
You writing this down, James?
Let me go. Man City.
Yeah.
Newcastle. I really don't want them to, but I think Chelsea will get it.
That's it.
Really?
Do you know who Chelsea playing last game of the season?
Nottingham Forest.
Forest.
You can't change it now, Leon.
Away. Forest away.
Forest away.
Leon, you can't change it
Forest
now.
away.
You can't change it now, Leon.
Leo's frozen.
Buffering.
It's buffering, isn't it? Nah,
I'm sticking with it. I don't want them to get it, but yeah, if they don't, I'll be happy.
It's almost inevitable, isn't it?
So do you mind?
Chelsea just that kind of
team,
go on
then, Jay.
For me, Man City, Newcastle, Villa.
Oof.
Because I think the last game of the season is going to be a draw between Forest and Chelsea.
Oh, James,
and
man.
I think Villa will beat Man U.
I think it will be. Who's City got last game of the season?
I knew Beth was
away.
going to say
Fulham.
the same as me.
You knew what I was gonna say. You knew I
I
was
knew you
gonna.
were going to say. I had a feeling you were going to say the same as you. Let me go
So
first.
Man City here, Man City. I think Chelsea are gonna get they're getting out of there. So I think it will be Man City. Can I do Villa and then Forest? Can that work?
So you don't think Newcastle make it? Oh, yeah, so don't not say anything.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Man
Let-
City.
No, that's what I'm
Man
saying.
City,
Yeah.
Villa.
You let me down the river, bruv.
Yeah. So you said it. Man City, Villa, Chelsea. Chelsea said it. Man
No,
City, Villa, Chelsea.
Forest.
Forest. Man City, Villa, Forest. Okay.
Man
So I
City.
think,
What?
Man City, Villa, Forest.
Man City, Villa,
can
Forest.
I not do that?
I'm not sure if it's even possible. Villa, you have to. So you're
Because
beating.
if Villa win and Forest win, then
Villa can't. Oh, Villa win and Forest win. Then yeah. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But Newcastle have to lose.
Newcastle have to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that they
No,
will
at home.
lose basically,
Okay,
or they'll
so
draw,
Newcastle will lose. Newcastle will lose
or
and
they'll
win that.
draw, or they'll
But
draw.
Go on, Bevan.
But by drawing, they'll stay up, wouldn't they?
Yeah. James, man, you
But leave it as it is, anyway, James. Leave it as it is, James. Leave it as it is. It's fine.
I'm not changing my prediction because James copied me. And I'm sticking to what I said.
So you go for Man City, Newcastle, Villa, yeah?
Man City, Newcastle, Villa. Yeah, I've got a feeling that the Chelsea game's going to be a draw. I don't see Chelsea I don't see Chelsea beating Forest away at Forest. So yeah, I think Villa are going to beat United, and I think Newcastle beat Everton.
You know what, Leon? I think it's going to be Man City, Newcastle.
I already done
Too
said
late.
that, bro.
I've already written it down, bro.
Yeah, no.
I've already done said Man
And I
City,
think Villa,
Newcastle
it's
already,
gonna-
bro. And
It's going to be Villa.
I've got
Chelsea
it
are getting out of
Chelsea.
there. Yeah, I think it's going to be Villa. It's Chelsea.
So you said Chelsea, Leon, innit? Fifth.
I said Chelsea, yeah. I'm sticking
Yeah, I
with
think
it.
it.
I had Chelsea beginning of the season, but I just can't.
So did I. That's why I've
Yeah,
stuck
that's why
with
you're
it,
sticking
to
with
be
it.
honest
But
with
I
you.
just
Like
now
I
that they've
understand
got played
it's a difficult
Nottingham
fixture going to
Forest.
Forest, but they know they have to win. Both teams know they have to win. Like Forest can't play that tactics that they play. They're at a disadvantage. They have to
Yeah,
win.
they
the
are.
game.
You're right. They are.
They can't play that sitting back business and counter attacking.
No, but they can because they know Chelsea.
But they can because they know
Chelsea's
They
Chelsea.
need a
defense
goal.
isn't the greatest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had Newcastle to finish fourth at the beginning of the season. This
Maybe.
I think I might have done.
Check.
Yeah.
I can check that. Okay. So finally, we'll do our predictions.
Europa League or
So we do Europa League first, or do you two want to do Europa League chat, or do you just want to do predictions? It's just predictions, I guess, isn't it?
we already spoke about it, so it's more just predictions.
Yeah.
Predictions.
I think it's going to be 2-1 United. Can't keep a clean sheet to save our lives. I think that's going to be 2-1 United into extra time as well.
So you're going to win it in extra time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be extra time winner.
Harry Maguire, yeah, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, probably. He'll score it, but he'll probably play number 9.
Meathead.
Isn't it?
Meathead or
Leon?
Hoyland. I'm gonna say 3-2 Spurs.
Ooh.
You stink, bro. Absolutely. What, 90 minutes?
It doesn't matter. The end of the score is 3-2
I'm
Spurs,
just asking,
bro.
do you think it will go past 90 minutes?
Yeah, I think it's quite possible it could.
It's very possible, isn't it? It's one of them. We've been so horrible this season, yeah.
Anything can happen, bro. Honestly, this game could literally go. It could be
Funny enough.
0-0 penalties,
Yeah.
or it could be a high.
No, it's not going to be no. It's not going to be no. Bruno's not going to have that. This guy's not having that, bro.
But Bruno, Onana's not going to have that. Onana's going to throw something in that, bro.
Him as well, innit? It will give them something. But I feel like Hoyland's going to score. He's been so horrible the last couple of games. I feel like he'll score just to salvage himself. Is it just us two doing
made some
predictions,
mounts
or
on
is Bevan
form
doing
now,
something?
bro.
He is.
I guess we can if you want to.
Yeah, might as well. That's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good chat.
2-2 United win on penalties.
That would just sum it Tottenham up, mate.
I'm going 2-1 Tottenham.
Okay.
You piece of work.
Oh, Bruno will
You see
get
this-
a lucky. He'll get a penalty somehow.
Bro, you expected James and Bevan to both think that you're gonna win? Come on, bro. Both of them. You don't know how much they hate your club, bruv.
I know.
You are
Say it louder.
I
Bevan
don't,
hates me as well.
I don't hate
He's
United. I don't hate United.
bro. It's what I stand for.
Wow, man hates his own family. That's a bit deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate him, but strong dislike.
He doesn't like him right now.
Strong. Anything to do with football,
You're just
bro.
not on my
We are
Christmas
at
list right
other
now.
ends of the spectrum. All right, cool. That's done.
Okay. So, final games this season, which for none of doesn't matter for any of us, but
No, absolutely not.
Lamont, where are you going?
We're gonna get touched, innit? Simple. They're gonna beat us like, I don't know, 3-0 or something like that. Might even be 4, bruv. You think them man are turning up for the last game of the season? Forget it, bro.
Could be drunk,
Regardless
you
of the
could be drowning
result.
your sorrows.
Brother, whatever the result, we are losing that game. The man, they haven't
What's the
stood
score?
up all
3-0,
season.
you said, yeah?
3
3-0.
zip.
3-0 Villa.
Even though
Bevan?
we've had close games with them.
Yeah. I'm gonna 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0.
Freeze it.
What's up, Lamont? After Leon. Back to what?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
I don't even know. Brighton don't have anything to play for, do they? So it's kind of a.
They played well the other day, though, boy.
They did
know,
play
man.
well.
They played well against us, bro.
bro.
They weren't on holiday.
They weren't on holiday, boy.
They weren't on holiday.
Matomo was smoking, man.
They were disgusted that we were on holiday. Coming to our beachside town.
Yeah, for real.
Your flip flops, yeah.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1.
I have
Jeez, man.
no idea what the manager's gonna do in that last game, man. Regardless of the result, just don't know what's gonna do.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I feel like win or lose, both of you are going to be on holiday.
Holiday.
Yeah.
Drowning the sorrows, whatever.
But you know what? Even worse. We said race to 40 points and ain't none of us making it.
You're gonna get them,
Brother.
It's wild, bro.
Brother.
Listen, we're gonna do a show in a couple of weeks. So we'll do a little teaser now. Well, I do my team 2-1 Liverpool. I think we have to honor one of these guard of honors, bro. We will win. So
You've been begging for it.
I go 2-1 Liverpool and Salah to get a goal and assist, please. We're gonna do a show where Championship and Premier League are gonna do a little. I always find it's weird that a team that finishes third sometimes in the Championship sometimes is really close to getting promoted, and they've got to go through the whole process of qualifying, etc., and doing the playoff. So we're going to go do our view on the rights and wrongs of the top 3 going straight up and the bottom 3 going straight down, and then 4th, 5th, and 6th doing a playoff against the team that finishes 17th. So don't give me your views now. But we'll do a show on it in a couple of weeks. So, but now you've got time to think about it.
Ooh, that's a good shout, though. You know,
I'm telling you now, yeah. If that was the rule this season, Man United and Tottenham would not be in.
No, you wouldn't.
Fail.
You wouldn't.
We wouldn't be in this position, bro. I guarantee you.
Nah,
a lot of we wouldn't be. I'm sorry. I know it's been bad,
to play
but
for.
we have thrown away these last 5 games because of Europe, literally. But we wouldn't have been able to do that.
What if you were still in Europe, though?
Huh?
What if you were still? See, I don't want to do it now because we can literally have this conversation now. And,
you can chop it up. Yeah,
I'm just saying.
By the time we have the
1 hour,
we'll know the result of the Europe.
Do you remember when Wigan won the FA Cup?
Oh yeah, and they got relegated. Yeah. That was mad because they were in Europa the next season. Crazy work.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy work. But just before we sign out,
Yeah. You got a
if
question?
no, not even a question. Well, yeah, I have kind of got a question. Why am I laughing? So I feel like there's every possibility, that City could win by 5 goals and Arsenal could lose by 3.
Against
I
Southampton.
knew it. I knew it. I was just waiting for him to do it.
Answer your good question. The Harry Kane one. Let's move on to the Harry Kane question.
That was a joke. All right, cool. So Harry Kane, I'm thinking, does he come back to the Premier League next season, or someone buy him? Yeah, I've got an idea of who I think should get him because he's chasing the Alan Shearer all-time goal scorer. Or does he just stay at Bundesliga? Does he just stay in the Bundesliga and just try to dominate like he has been for the last 2 or 3 years? Now, my view is come back, finish off your work.
And who do you think he should join?
I think he should go Liverpool, to be honest,
that's
because I
the
feel like
only
they need a
team
number
now.
9.
Honestly,
They need a number 9.
if you had Kane, it would be problems. The amount of chances you create for your striker.
We need someone quick, though.
You don't.
I think.
I don't think you do.
No, you don't, because you've
You
got
don't,
pace on
because
your wings, bro.
Exactly. It would be
Salah don't run no
unfair.
more.
What?
Yeah, Salah don't run.
As in actually 1-on-1 beating his defender. It doesn't happen anymore.
But the way that you play, the way that you play is kind of. Do you actually need someone?
It's too expensive, though. Harry Kane would not cost 30 million, 40 million. He's been a top goal scorer in Germany for the last 2 seasons, or was it?
Maybe
was it
60
Croatia
million.
last season?
Nah, it was him both seasons.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think he's been a top scorer in Europe for flipping 5 years.
So it's like
at least
they're gonna want like 80 million because they don't want to lose him.
To be honest with you, if he stays if he goes to Liverpool, he's still got a chance, but
He can break it if he goes to Liverpool, but then you've got him and Salah fighting for goals because he's not going to get the penalties.
Which is a good place.
He wants to get.
no, it's not, because look at Salah and Mane fell out about fighting for goals. Salah was selfish them times. He want this Salah. He want this version of Salah.
But Kane's not selfish though. That's one thing you give him. Kane distributes. So, but the penalties, Kane's not getting those penalties.
Boy, Salah might not get the penalties.
Now, Salah will still be taking penalties.
I don't know about that. I don't know
You don't
about
think
that.
so?
No.
Over Kane.
No, I don't think so. I can't see. Obviously,
I don't see him
see-
coming in.
I
The
see-
hierarchy is already still there. I don't think he comes in and takes the pens.
I see seniority, but I can imagine my man's picking up the ball like, listen, I put him in the back of the net, bruvs. I've seen you miss a few.
Innit? How many golden boots you got, cuz?
Three.
Salah,
Three now.
Salah
is
sticking
I know
on penalties,
Hurricanes.
bro. Kane is going to be second. Like, Salah is the king of Liverpool right now.
Yep.
He's not
Salah's
gonna
the
get
first person to win 3. Well, he hasn't won it yet, but he's going to be the first one to win 3 Player of the Years. I think. I could be wrong, but I believe he's the first one to win 3 Player of the Years. But Harry Kane. Listen, if the deal came off, I would not be moaning because he's an elite centre forward. But I just don't see it.
I don't see him leaving Germany. I don't see why.
Why?
I don't think
he's winning.
I don't. Yeah, he's
So do
winning
you reckon
stuff.
he'll finish his career there? Do you reckon he'll finish his career there?
No,
Or do you think he'll come back to finish the job off?
I think he might
Come
come
on,
back
bruv.
at like 36.
Like
By the
260.
time he comes back, it will be too late. He won't be able to break it.
I thought originally when he went there, I thought he was going to come back, but that's because I thought he would have won 2 league titles by now, and then now leave. But he's only just won it now, so it's like, do I leave now or rather just won it? Like,
Bro, 213
Yeah.
goals versus 260. He can get that in 2 years. With his current strike rate, he'll get that
Maybe one
before
more year
retirement.
thing is, the year after next, who does he go to? That's the problem. He can go back to Tottenham, but Solanke's not old. I know people will say, well, forget about Solanke, Harry Kane's coming back. But it might not be the case financially. But
we need legs. So,
Yeah.
as you said, Kane doesn't run anymore. So, we would need legs.
He'd be a number 10.
Yeah.
I think the Prem's different from a lot different from the Bundesliga anyway.
Well, definitely.
And he still racked 30 goals every season for the last 3 or 4 years, bro. So it's one of them, innit?
No, but I'm just saying. Look at Jadon Sancho in the Bundesliga. Look at Jadon Sancho in the Premier League.
Nah, but Jordan Sancho and Kane are 2 different people, bro.
Brother, I'm talking
Quality-wise.
I'm talking about pace though. I'm talking about pace and power. Like, and as much you can say that he doesn't need to, but in the Bundesliga, it's not. He doesn't need to run about as much as more. He doesn't need to have all of that. And the Premier League, you do.
All right, so are you saying to me if Kane stayed here for the years that he's gone to the Bundesliga, which is I believe 2 years now, maybe 3 years, yeah, no, 2 years now,
He's done 2 years.
you're saying that he's not getting 25 goals? Is that what you're telling me?
It's not a guarantee.
It's not impossible though, is it? Because he is a
I'm not saying
proper poacher.
I'm not saying that
is he 25 goals short or is he 25 goals a season?
No, so what I'm saying is he's currently got 213 goals, and obviously Alan Shearer's all-time goal scoring record is 260.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's about what 40 odd off of the top draw. Now that's a season and a half. For him.
He has to come back. He has to come back next summer if he has any chance, and it's plausible. But I don't know who he would go to if he comes back next summer.
That is fair enough, but it doesn't always work like that. This season, how many assists has Salah got this season?
18.
18. And how long ago was he in 18 assists?
Goals.
Yeah. No. But how long?
He's been on 10. He's been on 18 for about a month or so.
Right. So you would have thought that he would. You would have thought that he was going to break Henry's record. Every time, De Bruyne talk about breaking those records. When they have these records and they say, oh, if he scores this many goals, oh, he scored 10 goals
to get there.
It don't always work like that. And I'm not even rubbing out Harry Kane or anything like that. We know his quality, but I don't think it's not as linear as he comes back with less pace and a bit older, and he's just gonna mash up the Premier League like that.
Well, put it this way: in his last 9 years in the Premier League, I know we're trying to sign out here, but last 9 years, he's only had 3 seasons where he scored less than 20 goals. 3 seasons. All of the seasons after that, I hear
what Bevan's saying though. He's gonna be 3 years removed from the Premier League and 3 years older.
He's still got the goal scoring poacher.
Bro, do you remember Harry Kane? Do you remember Harry Kane in the Euros?
Yes.
With that guy that couldn't move, and they were saying it was a hindrance because they couldn't.
He was injured though. He was injured though, wasn't he?
I hear that, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying that the 2 leagues. It doesn't necessarily. I think age is a factor, and there is a point when a player gets to a certain age where there is going to be a decline. I'm not saying that he's not quality. We definitely know that he is, but I don't know if that. I don't know if if the way that Liverpool play is it going to facilitate for him to get those goals for if he goes to Liverpool.
Our strikers don't really get fed the way we play currently. It's the wide guys that get fed better.
So he's going to be dropping to be a number 10. So where is the other option for him to go? United.
It might change with someone like him. But cool. All right. We'll see. It's a good question. We can probably touch it more when we move on to the summer holiday shows. But yeah, good show, guys. Been a long one, but thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and hit that notification button. Peace out, people.
Catch you later.
Laters.